The origins of the Helghast population lie in Earth's early interstellar colonial programs. Helghan was selected as a settlement world during a period of rapid expansion, when political ambition outpaced environmental assessment. Subsequent surveys revealed a toxic atmosphere, unstable ecosystems, and long-term health risks for human habitation. As the economic viability of Helghan declined, Earth-based authorities reduced logistical support. Emergency relief efforts became inconsistent, followed by a formal withdrawal of responsibility. No large-scale evacuation was conducted. The remaining population was reclassified from active colonists to a self-sustaining entity. This decision marked a foundational rupture between Helghan and Earth. Over the following generations, Helghan society adapted to the environmental conditions through biology, cultural, and political change. Survival became the primary organizing principle. Governance structures increasingly emphasized discipline and central authority. Collective memory preserved abandonment as a defining historical event. Political movements in Helghan reframed survival as legitimacy. Earth was depicted as negligent, decadent, and morally unfit to govern humanity's future. These narratives gradually displaced civilian governance, solidified into a militarized state ideology. By the time Helghan achieved internal stability, its leadership no longer pursued reintegration. Strategic doctrine shifted towards expansion and retribution. Military capacity was prioritized over civil development. Vekta emerged as a focal point within this doctrine. As a prosperous colony under Earth's protection, it represented both strategic value and symbolic contrast. The Helghast invasion of Vekta was executed with the objective of total control. Civilian infrastructure was targeted alongside military assets. Psychological dominance was employed as a force multiplier. These actions triggered full-scale intervention by the Interplanetary Strategic Alliance. The ISA was activated to contain Helghast expansion. Initial operations succeeded in halting Helghast advances and reclaiming occupied territory. Over time, ISA objectives expanded beyond defense and into long-term containment and administrative control. ISA re-entry into Helghan occurred under military authority. Governance systems were imposed externally. Resource access was regulated. Security was maintained through occupation forces. No formal reconciliation process was pursued. Historical accountability for Helghan's abandonment was excluded from the operational policy. These conditions reinforced Helghast's ideological cohesion. Each enforcement action validated pre-existing narratives of domination. Extremist leadership consolidated power through perpetual conflict. As the war progressed, both factions adapted structurally to the continuation. Military escalation sustained political relevance. Civilian casualties were reclassified as unavoidable externalities. The conflict ceased to function as a means towards resolution and instead became self-perpetuating. Within this framework, responsibility is distributed across institutions rather than individuals. The Helghast state bears responsibility for initiating invasion, conducting mass violence, and institutionalizing authoritarian control. The ISA bears responsibility for maintaining a geopolitical order that prioritizes stability over accountability and containment over reconciliation. The Helghast function as a primary antagonistic force. The ISA functions as a dominant, stabilizing authority. Neither entity exists independently of historical conditions that produce them. The war persists because its foundational causes were never addressed. Abandonment became grievance. Grievance became ideology. Ideology became policy. By the time hostilities reach their most visible point, resolution is no longer structurally possible. The conflict never ends. It only sustains itself.